God damn it. The answer to that question is resounding. Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm gonna try and help you decide if the Mamiya 645 Pro is the right camera for you, so stick around till the end. The Mamiya 645 Pro is a camera from the Mamiya 645 lineage of film and digital cameras. It was first made by the Mamiya Corporation from Japan in mid-70s and produced all the way into early 2000s. All in all, 7 camera models existed within 2 main generations. The first one comprising the OG 645, the 1000S and the 645J, while the second one came in the forms of the Super, the Pro TL and the 645E. The most important positive difference between the 2 generations was the introduction of interchangeable film backs in the second generation. However, there also came about the negative one. Gone was the all-metal construction, which was replaced with die-cast plastics. The 645 was a true camera system. One could buy loads of components, lenses and various accessories, a list too long to mention. The third so-called generation was a different beast altogether. It came in the form of the 645 autofocus and finally the digital Mamiya ZD, which are not the subjects of this video. Those of you who have been following this channel for any amount of time might know that I started shooting film way back almost 20 years ago. And I only got back into it like about a year ago. I got me a little Olympus XA camera and a couple of rolls of 35mm film, and I was having some fun with it for a while. But pretty quickly I got unsatisfied with quality coming out of that camera and in 35mm film in general. So I got me an RB67 from a really good friend of mine. The camera, coincidentally, made by the same company who make this camera. But the RB was really awkward to use. It was cumbersome, it was heavy, I couldn't really take it with me on my road trips. So I was looking for something lighter, maybe a bit easier to use with an integrated light meter and various other niceties. And these came in the form of the Mamiya 645. The 645 is a term which I've come to abuse lately, is a camera system, which basically means that all of the camera components are interchangeable. So you can just take them off and you can take them off if you know what you're doing, but if you're an idiot like me, then probably, god damn it. Ah, there it goes. And this is the camera. So actually this is the camera body. And all of these are components which you can mix and match. For example, instead of this hand crank, you can use the motor winder. Those of you with a keen eye have definitely noticed that the only 2 things that I've really changed are the lens and the motor winder. But I don't own any other prisms. This is the only one I have, as well as the film back. I only have 1 film back, unfortunately. But the Mamiya 645 do have what is called a film insert. So you can kind of prepare your film onto an additional film insert and have it ready. When you're finished with the first film, you can simply take it out and voila, ready to go. I do prefer the film back approach. I've never used the additional film insert because if I'm swapping backs, I'm usually doing that to have some other film available for the same shot, maybe a black and white version of it, something like that. So yeah, I haven't really had much use out of this. In terms of modern niceties, the 645 Pro has a built-in light meter, which works really well, so one thing less to think about. It's got the aperture priority mode, which lets you change aperture values and the camera will set the shutter speed values. And it's got the mirror lockup. It's a gorgeous day out here today, so I had to grab a bit of fresh air and get out of the studio. And there's one really important thing which I still haven't talked about in this video, and that is quality coming out of this camera and the quality of the 645 format in general. So I took a little road trip to try and make some interesting images for you guys and to show you what 645 can do. In my experience, the quality coming out of the 645 negatives is way better than the 35mm. Hang on, let me show you something. Look at this. This is the 35mm negative. This is 120 in 645 format. So check it out. Double the size. I haven't printed from my scans. I have to be honest and say that I've never printed, and that's where you will really notice the quality. But you can also see that in your digital scans on your computer monitors. There's definitely a noticeable difference between 35mm and 120, even in the smallest size of 645. So what are my conclusions on the 645 Pro? Should you get one? Well, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. And I'll give you a couple of reasons for that. Number one, it won't cost you an arm and a leg. At the time of filming this video, which is 2023, you can get a pretty decent package for about $700 on eBay. And if it comes in mint condition with better glass, it will run you about $1,000, $1,200 US. Number two is image quality coming out of this camera. 645 is a really decent format, even for scanning and printing your images, and you will definitely not feel disappointed with the quality. Number three is the sheer amount of accessories available for this camera. There's loads of viewfinders, lenses and motor winders and whatnot, so you will definitely find what you need if you're looking to assemble your own kind of package. And last but not least, with its weight and build quality, with the mirror lockup, with the built-in light meter, auto exposure, it really does feel like a modern DSLR rather than some relic from the past. So yeah, go get yourself one of these while you still can. And catch you guys and gals in the next one.